guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be explaining my birth story, like my labor and delivery story, in my labor and delivery vlog, just because I didn't vlog that much because everything happened so fast, so quick. It was hard, and my husband didn't record anything, so I did it by myself. And just like I said, everything went really fast, and it was really hard. And you're also not allowed to record at the hospital I deliver at, so it was really hard to like sneak the camera. And you'll see like in one clip I like turned it off because she turned around. And my husband got one good video though of my son coming out, so that'll be in there. But okay, so basically on March 16th of 2020 I had a doctor's appointment. It was like an NST, so it's like a doctor's appointment, and then while I'm at my doctor's appointment I do an NST. I had to do that 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, before I had my son, because of early contractions and his heart rate not being reactive. So I was doing that. I was at the doctor's and they were doing the NST, and his heart rate wasn't being reactive, and I was contracting, but not like super consistent, but like I'd get them for like every 3 minutes. And when so how NST works is they put at your doctor's office, they put the baby monitor on, like the heartbeat, and then they put the contraction one on, and then they watch it. And then if the heart rate has to be going up and down for 20 minutes. They say like it's 20 minutes long, but they actually keep you longer if the baby's heart rate isn't like going like this, and if it's just steady at one like thing, they'll keep you there until it starts doing that, and they'll give you water or juice or like granola bar or whatever to get the baby going. Well, this time nothing was working, and I was contracting, and they didn't like that he wasn't reacting to my contractions. So she said, I'm gonna send you to the hospital. She checked me, and I was 2 centimeters dilated. So she sent me to the hospital. And then I got there, they put me on the monitors, and it was a lot of waiting. They wouldn't let my husband come because of COVID literally just started firing up, and they had just started that day, no visitors. So I had to wait to see if I was going to be admitted for my husband to be able to come in there with me. So I waited, and I was just watching TV and like just sitting there. I went in at about 11:30 a.m. between 11:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. I'd say. And they put the baby monitors on. I stopped contracting for a little bit, but the baby wasn't being reactive. And they gave you a button to press every time the baby moves to see if the baby's moving enough within an hour. That's another reason they sent me to the hospital, because he wasn't moving a lot. And so even at the hospital he wasn't moving a lot, and then I started contracting again, and I was 37 weeks and 1 day. Yeah, I believe it was a Monday, so I believe it was 37 weeks 1 day, because I turned 37 weeks every Sunday at the time. So I started contracting. They kept coming in and checking on me. They came in at about, I was there for a long time, just sitting there and waiting. And they came in, and my husband kept calling, like, what's going on, like what are they gonna do? You know, I have my daughter here, and we need to know, because we have to have my daughter's bag ready. And mind you, I didn't have anything packed. My pregnancy was so crazy and so unpredictable. I should have had it packed. Sorry, somebody called me. What was I saying? Oh, I should have had my bags packed. I should have known, but I didn't. And my husband didn't have anything packed. We had nothing packed. We had everything ready at the house. We didn't have anything packed. So my husband was just throwing stuff in a bag and just trying to get stuff ready for me, which is hard because I know what I want. I know what I'm comfortable with. I know what I wanted, and I couldn't do that. So that part sucked. But basically at about 6:30 p.m., 6 or 6:30, they had came in and they said, we're inducing you, because my baby wasn't reacting good. His heart rate was going up and down. Like, it was dropping low, and then it'd come back up, but they didn't like that. And he wasn't reacting very good to my contractions. And hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse the way I look hideous. So I went into the doctor's today for a doctor's appointment, and the baby wasn't being reactive. It is Monday, March 16th, and I am 37 weeks 1 day, and the baby wasn't being very reactive, and his heart rate kept going up and down. So they sent me to the hospital, and I've been here since 12. It is now about 7:40, and about an hour or so ago they decided to admit me because his heart rate kept dropping and he wasn't being very reactive, so they are inducing me. They did not need to put Cervidil because I am already dilated 2 at 3 and set 80% effaced. When I came, I was only at 2 and 70% effaced, so I am progressing on my own because I was having some contractions while I was here. And now they started my Pitocin, and I'm just waiting for further notice, and I will let you guys know. So I've had such a hard pregnancy with him. I had early contractions at 24 weeks. I got really sick at 19 weeks with some flu, and then at 33 weeks I almost had him. I was in labor. They barely were able to stop my labor. So I was like, okay, so I call my husband and he comes. Someone brings him because I drove myself there in my car, and we didn't have his car at the time, so it was just my car. I was expecting for them to just send me home. I was not expecting to be kept there, because if they don't have to have you, they try not to. So they said, we're just gonna induce you, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's when they tell me, like, we just started today, you can't have any visitors, just one visitor. And that was my husband at the time. He was able to still leave the hospital, and the hospital food sucks, as most of you I'm sure know. So we were so grateful that he was able to leave and go get us something to eat, or if we forgot something, like he forgot a few things with the baby in mind. So I did have the baby's hospital bag packed, not mine. So my husband came, and they started to induce me at about 8 p.m. And my doctor came in, they came to do the Cervidil, and she's like, wait, let me check you first. And she checked me, and I was actually 3 centimeters dilated, or 3.5. And she's like, I don't need to give you Cervidil, you're already progressing on your own, so we're just going to give you some Pitocin, because they wanted to get him out, because like I said, he wasn't reacting very well to my contractions. And not only that, but my baby actually stopped growing at 33 weeks pregnant. That day, actually, when I did a sonogram, he was still measuring 33 weeks pregnant, as prior. Before that, and the Friday before, on Friday, I went in on a Monday. The Friday before that, I had a Valley Children's appointment, and he even said my baby's stomach was measuring very small at 32 weeks pregnant, and then his head was measuring 34 weeks, so he was really small, was not on track, very, very small. The doctor from Valley Children's already informed my doctor to induce me by 38 weeks, and I was 37 weeks in one day, 37 weeks, 2 days when I actually had him, so I was going to get induced anyways if I hadn't already gone into labor, which I figured I would, because like I said, I have early contractions every pregnancy. So my husband gets there, and they give me the Pitocin, and I'm like, I'm doing fine. Like, I didn't really need epidural with my daughter. I needed epidural by 5 because I was stuck at a 5 for a few hours. I was in labor with her for 23 hours before I had her at the hospital, 23 hours exactly till the minute I had her, and a couple days even at home contracting. So with my son, I was fine, but she came in and his heart rate kept dropping. So they said, we're gonna have to have you have an epidural, because we're worried, because his heart rate kept going, like, dropping down really low, like to 80s, 70s, and then coming back up. But just the fact that it was dropping, they didn't like that. So they're like, we're gonna have you get the epidural while the anesthesiologist is on this floor. And I was like, okay, that's what, as long as my baby's fine, whatever. So they give me the epidural. I believe my husband has a little clip of that, so I'll have him send that to me. Actually, I believe it's on his phone, so I'll have him send that to me and put that in here as well. But I got the epidural. That was fine. Numbed me pretty well. It's weird not being able to feel your legs. And then everything was going good. They checked me a couple hours later, and I was at a 5, and this was so by the time they gave me Pitocin and everything, it was probably like between 9 and 11 p.m. Like I said, I don't know exact times. If I have any clips, I will insert them. But by 12, I want to say, I was at 5 centimeters, so midnight. 1:55 in the morning, 5 centimeters. Baby's heart rate keeps dropping. So now I'm on oxygen. And I got the epidural.
Let me guess, you turned into a baby. Among other things, yeah. What do you think? The EPR paradox. If you want to find, you might want to push and turn from the laying. It's tricky, dangerous.
this is now March 17th, which is also my best friend Monica's birthday. And fun little fact really quick, before I found out I was pregnant, I actually had a dream, because I kept fainting at work, and I had a dream that I was pregnant with a baby boy and I had him on my best friend's birthday. And then I also had a dream about two of my best friends before they got pregnant. I had a dream of my best friend Monica was pregnant with twins. I thought in my dream it was twin boys, and she found out she was pregnant, and then when she was 10 weeks pregnant, she found out it was twins. And then I also had a dream about my friend Marianne, that she got pregnant with twins, and she didn't get pregnant with twins, but she did get pregnant with a beautiful baby girl. She's not born yet, but I know she's gonna be beautiful. And my best friend Monica actually just recently on July 1st had her twins. They're a boy and a girl, so that's crazy. But anyways, back to my story. It was midnight. I was at a 5, and then stuff just started going really fast. I still kind of felt my contractions because it was going really quick, and I felt so much pressure. I could not sleep. By 2:17 a.m., I want to say, I had the text messages to my mom and my best friend, so I will insert those. I should still have them. I hope I do. If I do, I'll insert those messages. 2:30 a.m., 8 centimeters, 100% effaced. Almost there. I believe it was 2:17 a.m. They checked me. My nurse went on lunch, and these other 2 nurses came in because I rang the bell, because I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like his head was coming out. And then they checked me. Oh, I'm sorry. They also popped my water at 5 centimeters. I forgot to say that. They did pop my water. My water did not break on its own. So that happened. And then at 2:17 a.m., they came in and checked me, and I was in 8 centimeters. And literally, my next contraction, they had just walked out the door. Hadn't even been in like a minute or 2, maybe. I ring my nurse bell. I'm trying to scream. I'm like, babe, Jason. Like, I'm trying to wake him up because he's not waking up. It's 2 in the morning, so he's asleep. And he's like, what? I was like, the baby's coming out, because I felt his head literally coming out. So I called the nurse, and they're like, what's going on? And I was like, I swear his head's coming out. And mind you, at 2:17 a.m., they told me I was at 7 or 8 centimeters. And a couple minutes later, that's when they came in, and they checked me. They're like, oh yeah, you're out of 10, you're ready to push. Then they were freaking out because they didn't know where my doctor was. They thought she had gone home to be on call. And so they're calling another doctor, and they're coming in, and they're trying to get the NICU people in there, because they thought he was only going to be 4 pounds, because like I said, he quit growing. He was very small. And they're trying to get the NICU people in. They're trying to get everything started, everything put together, and they're rushing around and everything. And I'm like, just like crazy. And so at this time, I believe it's 2:24, 2:25, 2:17. I was a 7 or 8. 2:24, 2:25, everybody's rushing to get this baby out because he's coming out on his own. And my doctor comes in, and she's like, are you ready? And I was like, there's no going back now. And so she comes in, and she tells me to push, and I push 1 time. After they get everything ready, that's about 10-15 minutes of them trying to rush and get my doctor in and get everything ready. And she tells me to push at my next contraction. I did like half a push, and my beautiful baby boy came out.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. 248.
Good blanket.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Little ones come out fast.
Boy, baby girl. Yeah. What do we got there?
We have was 5 pounds 5 ounces. He was about 19 and a quarter inches long. He was a lot bigger than I thought he was gonna be. They thought he was gonna be 4 pounds, so the NICU unit was able to leave. Beautiful baby boy. He looks like me, and my daughter looks just like her dad. His name is Ryder Anthony Gray Guerrero, and we were just blessed that day. I wouldn't trade it for the world. He was born on my best friend's birthday, just like my dream, and it was crazy. I'll update you guys. I'll do like story times. I didn't record like I wanted to. Like I said, it was COVID and everything that went on, and they wouldn't let me go home because he lost too much weight and just all kinds of stuff I'll catch you guys up on later. But I had my son on March 17th, 2020 at 2:48 a.m. That's when he was born. He was born at 2:48 a.m. A beautiful baby boy. I love my baby so much, and I love my daughter so much. She was so happy to see him. I have a video of that. I do have a video of her meeting him for the first time. But if there's anything else you guys would like to see, just let me know in the comments below, and I will get that for you guys. I'll show you guys my postpartum body right now. I don't know if I took pictures. I will check, but this will be my postpartum body about 4 months in. My son is 4 months old now, so this video is going up really late, but that's okay as long as it goes up. I just wanted to put this story in because I don't have that much recorded, because like I said, my hospital does not allow recording, so it's really hard. This is my postpartum body, 4 months postpartum. Did get some stretch marks, as you can see. Some of these were for my daughter, and then my belly button ring stretch mark. I am a little bit bigger with my daughter. I went right back down, so I am a little bit bigger with my son than I was with my daughter. I weighed 164 going into labor with him, and I am now at 149. So that is my postpartum body, and my labor went okay, went pretty well. If you ask me, 7.5 hours of labor, way shorter than with my daughter. And he's breastfeeding so good. He did a lot better than my daughter did. Baby boy's here. 5 pounds 5 ounces, 19 and a quarter inches long. At 2:48 in the morning on St. Patrick's Day. One kidney is bigger than the other, and his hip is clicking, so they're gonna check up on that stuff, and then we'll see when we get to go home.
So cool.
Ooh, nice and warm.
You're giving me the one eye right now, like. Get his armpit.
Pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.